Welcome back, everybody, to more Monster Hunter stories. I'm Savage Hound Dusk, and today we'll be upgrading our character and trying to get some enhancements on our tech here, because we've got armor, now we need to upgrade it. We've got a new weapon, now we need to upgrade it. Give me just 1 second here in order to do something. All right. So didn't I just get some paw passes? Is it the... Oh, maybe it's the story mode not letting me use that.
You've been lazing about all day. All you do is gather mushrooms. I never see you out hunting these days.
Mushrooms are my jam. I can't hunt without my blue mushrooms.
A swarm of Ultaroth from the Babda rainforest is causing havoc. Go, hunt!
Ultaroth. Nah, I'll pass. Not a big fan of bugs anyway.
Don't tell me you're afraid of bugs?
Of course not. I'm just busy. What do you two want?
Why does this guy feel like a stoner?
Yeah. Is this where the famous totally rad hunter Roberto lives?
That would be me.
Huh? You are the totally rad hunter?
The guildmaster already filled me in. I don't intend on babysitting you two.
He's a stoner surfer, bro.
Babysit?
Whoa. You actually lead a monster around with you? Strange kid.
Yes, I do, dickhead. You think I need babysitting? Ha! Just look at my big meaty bro here.
Anyway, the room next door with the red door is yours. Use it as you wish. However, this one with the blue door is my zone. Don't come barging in without knocking. Also, you can use the backyard as a stables. People get scared when they see a monster just strutting around the city. Well, that's it for me. I'm gonna take a nap.
That's totally rad.
Alright, I've known this guy less than 2 minutes, and I already want to punch him repeatedly in the balls. I'm not saying this name. Everybody who knows anything about anything adult knows why I won't say that.
Hello.
Nay. I guess I could call her that. Asks you to slay a royal Ludroth that has appeared on the coast of the Monsun Plains. Okay. Cool. Can I use the catavan now? Channeling gems are items that can transfer genes they contain to any available slot. They cannot be inserted into locked slots. Stimulants are items that free up locked slots, allowing new genes to be channeled in. Which stimulant a Monstie can use depends on its genus. Oh, I have a bunch of eggs. God damn. Look at them all. Ooh, I got a Gypceros! Enjoy that Final Fantasy IX reference. Aptonoff. You I'll probably use channeling on. Oh, I got the Psycho Spider! I got a Nursilla Psycho Spider! Deal with that Spider-Man reference. I got another Gypceros! Okay. Don't quite have enough egg fragments to make an egg. Okay. The spider that uses the skin of a Gypceros? Oh wow, really? That's dark. Thunder attack up. Water resistance up. Negates blind. Really? Anything bingo? Oh. Let's do the anti-blind gene. If Riptor can't get afflicted with blind, that's just straight up good. Oh, it helps deal with electricity. Okay. Predatory gene, warming gene, and the Zentrios gene. Water boost, water attack, thunder resistance, ice resistance. Okay, he has very weak ice resistance, so giving him the ice resistance stimulant would actually be really good. How much did that help? It reduced it by 1 point. Okay. Helios. He can swim. I finally have a monster that can swim, so now I can actually get in a lot of those areas I couldn't get at before. Can you climb? Yes, you can! I'm actually going to have to take Spartan off the team. Because I kind of need Parker. And Bluebill is really good. I really didn't want to do that to Spartan's monster, but I might find something better to name him after again later. I don't want the experience, I actually want the potion and the Paw Pass to get some money. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the Hakum village area, and we're gonna go into... Oh! Thank you. Demon drug. Ooh. Okay. I don't have any desire to use greatswords. Right now, I'm just not durable enough. Oh, this will allow me to stay in a fight longer. I'm feeding a giant spider sushi. I want that to sink in. Okay, there's a whole bunch of zones I couldn't get at before. Now I want to come back here and get them. I finally have an ivy climber, and I have a swimmer. So now I can actually reach a lot of these areas that I just couldn't get at before. I don't think I'm going to go get a lot of monster eggs out of these dens, just largely because I feel like a lot of the monsters that I would get out of them wouldn't really be that good at this point in the game anyway. I might go after the rare monster dens. They could still at least provide some some rare monsters. It's a shark frog. Yep, I can swim now. Oops, did I just leave by accident? No. Come and get me, Wyvern boy! Ugh. Really? Damn. Okay. I guess the rare monster dens aren't worth adventuring in here. Burning bird, wyvern egg. Wyvern egg. Oh yeah, that's one for diggers. Oh, you're a blue one. I was like, what the hell? I see a Yi and Cuckoo over there. Spring forward, asshole. Oh. Okay, it basically has to be him. Beach ass! Beach ass! Good boy, Blue Bill. Good boy. Nice. Anybody wondering why I didn't let my Zemtrios fight that thing? He was very weak to fire, and that meant that if he got hit with fire damage, he would have taken a shit ton of damage. So, I decided it was better to let the Yian Kutku fight the Yian Kutku than it was to let any other monster with a weakness to fire get roasted alive for trying. I do appreciate that swimming in here isn't bad. Allow yourself. Sushi fish! I needed those! I've been trying to get that shit for ages. I gotta go all the way the fuck over there. Wow. That's kind of obnoxious. Get up, buddy. Speed is a factor, and I need it! There's the catavan stand he was telling me about. Oh boy. I apologize to everybody that I don't really have a whole lot to talk about right now. The world doesn't really have a lot of good stuff in it to talk about at the moment. And I don't want to talk politics because I don't want to turn everybody this way or that way. What class does Fox like in XCOM 2? Oh shit, these guys are speed. I should have used technical. Idiot. Have you tried asking him? Ask him. Oh, he went to a power attack. His Velocitron just ran off. Those are the proving grounds. Should I go after that Velocidrome den? I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt. Fox likes close combat, shotgunner classes, things like that. Okay. Holy shit! 10,000 EXP for beating one of those guys? Dude, look at all those levels! Whoa! A lot of shit down here. Gotcha, bitch! I'm gonna kick your ass. $104 damage. Get crushed, son. All right. Damn it. No good eggs. Well, I might be able to use their genes later at least. Humbleberg Wyvern Egg. Wyvern Egg. Did I see a catavan stand over here? I guess I just thought I did. Hello, Pebbles. Can I help you? Daddy. Daddy. I'm bugging. Bugging for that attention you always give. I want it. There is a catavan standing there. With still forest. So I am going back through these areas on purpose. I'm trying to locate the rest of the stuffs that I didn't find. Accidentally get into a fight with a Bullfango. Damn! Instantaneous violence! Hey, Pebbles. Come here, honey. I'm trying to pet you, stupid. Come here. Come here. Come back here. Oh, yep, Poogie. I missed a Poogie. There you go, everybody. A pig in orange square dotted undershorts. Sushi fish. Now I have the sushi fish quest. Done. Hello, Pebbles. There's a spot here for you. Come get it. Come on, Bubby. Come on. Well, you gotta come here, stupid. Vitality nutriments. Come here. big idiot. Oh god, she has the crystals on her back too. Let's see how Parker fights. Another piggy. Another Poogie. So, my one problem with the monsters is that the game kind of gives you monsters to do certain things. You can't get a monster that swims until after the first area, so it guarantees you will have to backtrack. And if there's one thing I dislike in a game, it's backtracking. The other main reason I kind of have a problem with this is the backtracking is not very interesting. The complete lack of music makes the backtracking very, very boring, and it makes the world and the game feel empty when it could otherwise feel more alive with something as simple as a little bit of music. Like, the biggest fault that I'm finding in this game right now is there is no music when you are in the overworlds doing things, trying to clear out side objectives and whatnot. I almost fell asleep playing this game 2 streams ago because there was no music, and I was so bored because there was no music, because I am so used to a game filling my ears with music that I didn't realize I had almost fallen asleep until I had already, until I practically shook myself awake. If I had a complaint about this game, it's that it doesn't have music when you're running around the overworld. And the problem with that to me is the majority of what you are doing in this game is running around the overworld. And I like seeing all these monsters just kind of moseying around, wandering, you know, doing what they do. You want to know what I don't like about it, though? It doesn't make the world feel lived in because they're all very clearly on patrol routes. And, I don't know. Like, I feel like the original Monster Hunter series, the mainline Monster Hunter games, I feel like they do this way better. Poogie wearing a little zebra costume outfit. 10 life soot. That's actually good stuff. Defense nutriment. But this game just, it feels so empty because there's no music. And I know I've kind of been going on and on about this for a second, but I just really hope that when I inevitably play Wings of Ruin, because, spoilers, I will be playing Wings of Ruin, that Wings of Ruin doesn't have this issue. Oh, I didn't even see that. Come up here and sit by me. You want your attention, you want your pets, you want your spot. I have one for you and you ain't using it. Ice resistant speed. Been finding a lot of things out here. Ah, no! Hi. Hi. Oh my God. There you go. You finally figured it out, Hairball. How long did it take you? How long did it take you? Oh wait, I'm pretty sure I went up here already. At least I found more of those damn poogies. Crimson Kazoo! Oh, Jesus. Shit. That electrical overcharge did 200 fucking damage? Now it's just spamming its lightning attacks. Oh my god. Jeebs. Oh, for God's sakes, cat. Cow Poogie. Just finding Poogies all over the damn place, man. There were two in here? Uh-huh. And that one was wearing a diaper. Ooh, well done steaks. That's weird. This is the entrance to Wintertide Tunnel. The game is just like the catavan there, though, I couldn't use. Huh. Weird. I do apologize for all the catch-up play that we're kind of having to do here. This is a lot of catch-up play. And I also apologize that, again, I don't have any good subjects right now. I just... There's not really a whole lot that's worth talking about these days. There's a new Fire Emblem game that's coming out. Everybody says it's back to Fodlan. I'm not sure if it's back to Fodlan or not yet. They're certainly using a lot of imagery that looks like it goes back to Fodlan. When I heard that, a lot of people were like, hey, but, look at, you know, it's going to be a remaster of Three Houses on the Switch, too, and I'm like, okay, I automatically already don't like this. I don't want a remaster of Three Houses on the Switch, too. Well, it turned out that it wasn't a remaster of Three Houses on the Switch, too. Thank God it didn't need to be that anyway. Like, that would have been the stupidest thing to do. If they were going to do anything, honestly, what I would probably have them do, and this is because they kind of gave me the idea for what they could have done with Three Houses. They made Fire Emblem Fates into 3 games, none of which had particularly satisfactory story and results. All of which had problematic writing and problematic character design, problematic storytelling. If they were going to do anything, what they should have done was do a Fire Emblem Three Houses complete restructure. And by complete restructure, I mean totally restructure it so that maybe the monastery is a thing. The monastery wasn't really the biggest issue. actually, I kind of liked the monastery. It was a nice hub place. I did feel like it was a little too big and empty of things to do, but it was a nice hub place. The problem that I have with the Three Houses games is none of the stories are conclusive. I don't feel like the story that they wanted to tell is the story that the game does tell. And the only story that really seems to... There we go, get another Poogie. It's a reverse cow pattern this time, where it's black with white splotches instead of black with, or white with black splotches. Paintballs, okay. And, the clear favoritism in the first game, for the Azure Moon storyline was obvious. Because the Azure Moon storyline is perhaps the most conclusive story of all of the stories to tell. My problem with that is that is incredibly shitty writing, because it leaves the Black Eagles and the Golden Deer hanging out in the cold, not really knowing what the fuck to do, and not really being fully resolved when Azure Moon pretty much totally resolves everything. I would have done a complete restructure of the entire game. And, oh wow, that is a royal chest. Attack bead lore. Interesting. The restructuring of the entire game would put a, would be a little bit different. First of all, I'm just gonna say it now, remove the fucking player self-insert. Remove Byleth from the game. Delete Byleth from the game. I don't like Byleth. I never thought that I would say that, because I actually enjoyed my self-insert to an extent when I was playing it, but the more that I look back on it, the more I realize Byleth holds that fucking game back. Because Byleth is not the focal point of the fucking story. The focal point of the story is Dimitri, Edelgard, Claude. Those three are the focal point of the story. How would I completely restructure it? First of all, remove Byleth. Byleth is unnecessary. Byleth does not fucking need to exist. If Byleth needs to exist, Byleth can be their own fucking character. Period. Straight up. That's it. Full stop. Make Byleth a full actual character. Don't make Byleth somehow a self-player insert. Just don't. I'm tired of the self-inserts. I didn't like the self-inserts, except for Robin, and that was because Robin had actually half-decent story writing. I was... Okay, yeah, just feed all of the nutriments to the hunter, and maybe the hunter won't suck. But my main overall issue was Byleth just didn't contribute anything particularly good or interesting to the story at all. The story is about Edelgard. The story is about Dimitri. The story is about Claude. Byleth is there. Byleth is supposed to be their teacher. You could have Byleth have a very interesting dialogue arc and character setup if you were willing to push that. You actually could, and I believe they should have definitely done that. They didn't do that. Instead, what they did... What they did was they took Byleth and took the, kind of glad I don't know anything about Fire Emblem. They took Byleth and they kind of made him a self-insert that inevitably chooses between students. What Byleth actually should have been is a teacher who taught all 3 students, a teacher who knew all 3 students, and a teacher who respected them all. And after they grew up, and Byleth is just sort of caught in the middle of their war with each other, tries to get them to fight the real enemy. I don't say that because I want to be able to get all the playable characters in the game to recruit in one story. I say that because I feel like that could be a good way to do Byleth as a character. And personally, what I also think would help with Byleth is you are not playing as Byleth, you are instead playing from the perspectives of 3 characters. You are playing from the perspective of Edelgard, or Dimitri, or Claude. Or you run through a story with all 3 characters. There are 2 ways they could have done this that I feel like were better. Those are the 2 ways that I feel like absolutely would have done it justice. Kind of glad you don't know anything about Fire Emblem. Knowing something about Fire Emblem isn't the problem. It's... Fuck, my hand slipped. Oh, thank God, Bluebill got him. I needed to slay a case. Oh, it's returning to its den. But that game was so much more about the kids, the young royals, than it was Byleth. And it should have just been, you know what, let it be the story of the nobles and have them do something. And these 3 characters are trying to fight and follow their own path. And that would have actually made for a grand story. What they ended up doing with it doesn't really make for a grand story because, in my opinion, it takes away the agency of the characters. In the case of Byleth, it takes away because Byleth is a self-insert, it takes away Byleth's ability to have a voice, for the most part, and a characterization for the most part. I'm tired of Byleth having no character. I'm tired of the self-inserts not having a goddamn character. I want them to be able to have real characterization. Robin did. Like, Robin, in my opinion, was pretty close to a self-insert done right. Alear from Fire Emblem Engage was the worst kind of self-insert. He was a self-insert for the player that everybody fucking worshipped like a god because he was centrifugal to their religion. Are you kidding me? He or she, depending on whether or not you picked a female. Why was he that centrifugal to their religion? What was the reason for him being that centrifugal to their faith? Like, why did he need to be that way? The game gives you all the answers you need to answer the questions that I just did that. But why did the player need to be that way? Why couldn't the player be just another soldier? There's a reason that Robin works so well as a self-insert character. He has his own characterization, or she, and their own motivations and reasons for doing what they do. And they have their own character arc. Byleth does not. In all 4 of the story routes, he or she doesn't really have a characterization or reason to be there. They try to put a reason to be there because of what Rhea wants to do with you and what Rhea's been doing with you. Even though, honestly, that's kind of disturbing. Oh, And each character you work with in that game, all three of them, Dimitri, Edelgard, Claude, they all have very compelling reasons for doing what they're doing, for what they want to build and what they want to do. They all have very compelling character arcs. They're all very flawed characters. That's never a bad thing. Having flawed characters is not a problem. I was about to lose that. Oh shit. I am gonna lose that. But Alir was just an awful self-insert for several reasons. Alir and Corrin both were terrible self-inserts. Corrin from Fates was an awful self-insert because Corrin was an ignorant jackass that had absolutely little to no capacity to do things on Corrin's own. And was very poorly written as a result. Everybody just loves Corrin because Corrin, and I hated that shit because that to me just felt like avatar worship, which Mangs is who coined that term, and I kind of just stole it from him in this case. But my main point is that I don't like the self-inserts anymore. I've played a bunch of Fire Emblem games that don't have self-inserts, and I feel like they work better than a lot of the ones that do. And they work better than a lot of the ones that do. Typically because when you write a self-insert, you kind of have to write the whole fucking game around them. And a lot of developers like to write a self-insert around them by making them be there, do everything, kind of be a Mary Sue to an extent. You have some failures and some difficulties because you kind of can, but you don't actually, you don't truly fail in the grand scope of the story. And there's always some Deus Ex Machina shit to make your character important even when they shouldn't necessarily be important. And in many cases, they're not important. And that's kind of why I feel like self-inserts just need to be removed from Fire Emblem as a whole. The vast majority of Fire Emblem self-inserts are terrible. There's two that are actually really good. There's Robin, whom in my opinion is really good. I know Robin kind of has the whole... like, I was a chosen one of something, but instead of actually being a chosen one for good, Robin was actually the chosen host of the Fell God. And you were basically like meant to be the host for the ultimate evil in Fire Emblem Awakening, and nobody knew it until the game was almost over. Which I actually like that twist. I feel like that's a really good way to do it, because in most cases it wouldn't be. The issue that I have with the game's writing around Robin is that Robin is kept so ambiguous as a character, or so sidelined to Chrom, because Chrom is the game's lord, and thus the game more or less revolves around Chrom, that the game doesn't really give, in my opinion, Robin enough center stage time. And it doesn't. But that's kind of the issue, is Robin doesn't take center stage. You really are just kind of there. And the biggest benefit to Robin not taking center stage all the time is Robin shouldn't take center stage all the time. He's a side character. He's a tactician in the army. He's just important enough that the game kind of has to pay attention to him, but he's not so important that he takes away from the story that Crom and his siblings are enduring. And I approve of that wholeheartedly and drastically appreciate it. And I actually feel like that's kind of how you should write a self-insert. The other self-insert that's written pretty well, except for the fact that they weren't in the previous game that this one leads up to that I'm about to mention, is Chris from New Mystery of the Emblem. And that game was never officially released to the West, so I've never played it because I can't find an English translated copy. I'd love to donate. I'd love to put out a PO box for donations, but I don't even know where the hell I would begin with that. Assuming anybody even wanted to do that for me, and they probably wouldn't. The thing to worry about that I feel for anybody wondering, I'm hunting for Zamtrios, and right now the game is making everything spawn except for Zamtrios. I finally killed one Zamtrios. I need to kill a couple more to make sure I have the materials that I need. I don't like the self-insert, though, because the constant self-inserting, constantly it feels like, and I mean constantly, it's just continually redirecting the story to the self-insert, and the developers try to make you feel like your character is in a big, loving world that just really wants to have you there. That's cool, except that the world wants to have you there so much that, particularly with Fire Emblem Engage, it's like everybody has to have you there. Everybody always has to be around you, and with how cringe it was, and I mean, you want to talk about what makes it cringe. I'll talk about what makes it cringe instead of just saying, "Oh God, this was cringy and shitty as fuck." You want to talk about what made it cringe? Two kids that are like 14, 16 years old in the game that work with your character. They're guards to the main character because they're a divine dragon. Except you're not, but that's a plot reveal later. They start a fan club for the avatar, the player avatar. And they start a fan club for you because you're a fucking god. And they think that because you're the god of their religion, everybody should worship you, and you should have swords of fans. And just, oh my God, it was one of those things, I just felt like it was one of the most narcissistic, good God, why did you do this things that they could have ever done. It felt so narcissistically disturbing. It almost felt like those two kids were like growing up to be stalkers for you. And largely because your character was a god to them. Like, you are a part of their religion. So, of course, they're going to want to start a fan club for you. But at the same time, that just feels weird. Their entire dynamic is their worshipful obsession with the player character. And they don't really have characterization much out of that. And I'll be frank, I hated that. I hated that a lot. Because it didn't make sense. It disturbed the living hell out of me. It felt really weird. I want to be able to go into a Fire Emblem game and do a bit of what Shay does, or Shez, as his name is spelled in Fire Emblem Three Hopes is the name of the game. For anybody who doesn't know Fire Emblem Three Hopes is basically a warrior spin-off to Three Houses. Shay, or Shez, is a character that you play as in the game who is a mercenary. He is a mercenary that rescues all three of the young nobles, Claude, Edelgard, and Dimitri, from a bandit attack instead of Byleth, which puts him on a crash course with fate, as all three of them consider hiring him because he is a mercenary, and his mercenary connections could allow them to get troops. And being a mercenary, they always kind of want to hire a skilled sword, particularly when they all feel like they're being hunted down and stalked. And Edelgard, being the manipulator that she is, and the individual who always respects strength the way she does, sees your abilities and considers you for her army because she wants you to lead mercenary forces for her, because she wants a soldier that they can relate to command them. Particularly because she doesn't want them to feel like they're just cannon fodder, and she doesn't want to put them in the hands of some provincial lord or noble that's going to, in fact, treat them like they're cannon fodder or less than regular soldiers. And you get to choose which one of them you would happily work with. You are not forced, you choose. And the issue that I have with the way the game handles Shay is not actually its handling of Shay. Shay is actually handled incredibly fucking well. I feel like the writing does him a few more favors than it realistically actually should, as a matter of fact. Oh, there's another Zamtrios. I think after I kill this one, I'm going to run to a catavan post and head back to the city to upgrade my armor and my weapon. Because I have been running around doing side quests for an hour and a half in exploration all now. So, you might ask, what exactly is so good about Shay? Shay is a mercenary. He is respected for his military prowess and his military capabilities. Shay, however, is not treated like he is super special by everybody. He is given a level of preferred treatment to an extent because he shows that he can earn it. In addition, Shay also showcases that he is very capable of respecting and understanding mercenary forces to each noble and teaching them to respect them. So a lot of them are like, you know, I think I want this guy on my team. He's actually really good. And his knowledge and his statements, they're very insightful. So they choose that, right? That's kind of how Shay is. He's welcomed enough that that as a player insert, he will feel welcomed, and the player will not feel like they are being railroaded out, he or she, because Shay can be female. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. However, Shay is not super preferred treatment in the sense that each of these three lords has an interest in him from a business standpoint, and they want him for that business standpoint because he is useful. Not just because, oh, everybody's really happy for Shay being here, you know. Everybody loves Shay. You know, it doesn't turn into the sitcom video game version of Everybody Loves Raymond. It instead is just Everybody Loves Shay. Well, it's not even Everybody Loves Shay. A lot of people kind of question you a lot, and they have reason to question you, and many nobles kind of look down on you to an extent because you're not of noble blood. So typically what they do is all three of these kingdoms, when they know they need you and they know they're going to require your assistance, what they actually do is they hire you to I'm sorry. They hire you as a commander of their mercenary troops, and they tend to give you orders themselves because they know you personally, and they know most of the nobility is not going to treat you with anything resembling respect because most of the nobility are fucking assholes. And that is how, in my opinion, you do a character who is a self-insert. They're also young enough to not know everything about the world they're in, so it's not too out of character for somebody like Shay to ask a lot of questions about nobles and certain noble circles and certain rituals and stuff that the nobles would do and certain things that they would you know, that not everybody might know because they're common folk. And particularly because you are common folk, you are able to really gel and understand with the common people and really able to gel and understand with mercenaries. So that's kind of why I look at this and go, okay, I don't think you knew what the fuck you were doing when you built this when I say certain things about certain designs and certain setups. Ooh. Lesioff weapon set. Lesioff. Fin blade. Oh, that sword can inflict sleep. That has great fire resistance. But they keep making self-inserts that are like super centrifugal to religions, to religious interest groups. They're super basically like required to know a lot of things and understand a lot of things, or to just be a big center of attention. And I'm like, why? Why do they need to be like that though? Why can't they just be a good character? Oh, I like the red Kezu armor. Upgrade my weapon so that it's more powerful. I could level it up again? Oh, I need 2700 Zenny to upgrade it again. God damn. Get upgraded armor. A Velocidrome head. I could sell some of these monster materials. They're actually worth quite a bit. I feel like if I sold a lot of that, though, I would actually be really short anyway. Oh, wow! Ooh. Cheval's armor is just not good armor, is it? What do I need to upgrade Cheval's armor? Can I? Oh, I need Rathian materials. Huh. Okay. Okay, so I'm starting to see where a lot of the grind game is going to be coming from here. Slaying each one of these got me an okay amount of money. You know, like 1,000 zenny, 900 zenny, 700 zenny, 600. So, you know, I mean, if I did them all, I'd get a few thousand. That's a lot of work going back and doing the same thing over and over again. And this is one of the reasons why I hate grinding in a lot of video games. Oh, that reminds me, the stable. He says as he walks up to the stable. Alright, let's hatch all these monsters! Another Yen Kuku. No. Velocidrome. Bulldrome. Red Kazoo. Kazoo. I need 4 more egg fragments. Healing efficacy increase. Alright. God damn. Alright, so yeah, we basically did a lot of grinding and attempted catch-up just to make sure we were good for the next area and the next leg of the game. Sorry that took so long, everybody. I've been Savage Hound Dusk, and I'll see you next time on Monster Hunter Stories. Have a nice day.